Good morning and welcome to the heartland of Wisconsin, Rock County. Joining me on our Newsmakers program today, I'm pleased to welcome into the studio Rebecca Veium. She's the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Janesville. Rebecca, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here.
Great to have you here. Great to have you here. Congratulations are in order right off the top. You've broken ground. The new building is under construction, and as people drive on South Jackson, they're going to be impressed because on a weekly basis, driving by, construction is moving right along.
It is. It's really exciting to see.
When was the groundbreaking?
Well, they were able to get a earlier start, so they actually started right at the end of April, and then we had our groundbreaking ceremony on May 19th.
And it's been moving and booming ever since. For some of us, we had a chance, even before the official groundbreaking, they had been moving dirt.
Yeah.
And that has to do with the fact that you had to do some cleanup on the site to make it workable. It's nice to see that we're able to creatively reuse a site like that, because it's a beautiful location for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, it's a great location.
And we've been able to remediate the site so it's safe going forward. That was a surprise, and only probably because it was so expensive to move that amount of dirt.
Yeah,
correct?
there was just a lot of dirt that had to be removed off site. But like you said, it really truly is a great location for the club. Not only just proximity to the schools and the families that we serve, but also really to just the environment itself, with the river being right there, the trail right behind us. It's a really beautiful location, and really will hopefully serve as a transformative project on that side of town.
I can envision, because of the location, a lot more emphasis on outdoor activity. You're going to have some space that you don't have in your current location,
Yeah.
and you've got some facility attributes that you don't have in your current location. So does that change the programming ideas and the people doing the programming as you move forward?
Yeah, and there's so many opportunities that this new building will bring. We hope to be able to have some outdoor garden on site for our club members to participate in. We could maybe even explore doing like a bike club. There's another nonprofit called Girls on the Run that we could partner with them, with us having the proximity of the trail right there. So it definitely opens up a lot of other opportunities for us outside of the building, as well as certainly inside the building.
This has been, I guess, a long time coming. You settled into your current home how many years ago?
Oh gosh. Our current building was built around 1997, 98. And so we've been in there for that time.
And you share that space with the YMCA of North Rock County.
Yep.
And your move will trigger, I guess, some changes in that building. And that's another story in and of itself, what the Y is hoping to do in the future with that space that you're freeing up. This new building, though, gives you a lot more floor space, and that means a lot more opportunity, correct?
Yeah, a lot more kids. So we turn away over 100 kids every single year that are needing access to after-school care, summer care. Our summer camp enrollment, we opened up in the end of February, and the first week in March it was full already, and we were already on a wait list. So we know that families are desperately looking for affordable care for their kids. The Department of Children and Families recently put out a new report and found that here in Rock County, only 27% of the school age childcare slots are considered affordable. And so when families are trying to remain in the workforce, they need a safe place for their child to go for them to be able to continue to work. So we know that we really help fill that gap in our community, and the new building will allow us to triple our capacity.
I was going to say your current capacity is X, and you'll be able to serve how many in the future?
Yeah, so right now our capacity for our total building is about 80 youth at a time.
Okay.
The new facility alone for our elementary age kids, so our 6-year-olds through 5th grade, will be a capacity of 180. And then our teens will have a capacity of over 75 teens a day.
Do you serve families with preschool children? 5
Nope,
and
just
younger?
six,
Just
just
6
six
and
and
older.
older. Yep.
How does one get involved with the Boys and Girls Club? If
So,
I'm new to town, what do I have to do to get acquainted and get signed up and become part of the program?
yep, they just have to contact us. We don't have any eligibility requirements, so nothing restricts a family from being able to utilize our program. It's just a matter of getting on that wait list and being one of the lucky ones that can get enrolled. We do give priority enrollment to our current families, so it is hard to get some newer families enrolled in the program. But again, with the new building being 3 times the size, we'll be able to get a lot more families served in the new facility.
Programming in the summer is different than programming through the balance of the year because
Yep.
you're dealing with school age young people. And so from basically the time school starts at 8 o'clock in the morning until 3:30-ish, uh, you're preparing for the
Yeah.
excitement that's going to come. Uh, During the rest of the year, the summertime, you basically are busy from morning till night and
Yes,
then
we
some.
are. Yep. And summer camp starts next week. So, yeah, that's all on our minds right now. And not only are we providing that affordable childcare for families, but we're really providing high quality programming for our kids. So, our main focus really is that life and workforce development. So, we're making sure that they have academic success. So, during the school year, we're working on homework every day. They're making sure that they get their homework done before they go home at the end of the day, and then we're supplementing things that they're doing during the school day. So during the summer, our programming really helps prevent that documented summer slide, where academically it's been shown that kids lose some of the academic progress during the summer, and so they start the school year off trying to kind of regain those skills. And so our program works really hard during the summer to help prevent that summer slide for those kids
Sure.
enrolled with us.
There's a number of whole educational philosophy of how we approach those things. There's a whole school of thought that says year-round school is ideal because of that, because they've been able to document the reality that in that time off in the summer, that 90 days off,
Yeah.
people lose their edge, which is unfortunate. I want to go back to the beginning of your capital campaign and let's talk a little history. That started about 3 years ago, 4 years ago with conversations.
Yeah, 3 years ago is when we really started the feasibility study and really digging into it as an organization with our community members and our board members, and then started actively fundraising about 2 years ago.
You came on the scenes fundraising in a time when there was a lot of fundraising going on in the greater Janesville community and frankly, for that matter, across Rock County. You had a children's museum that was in the mix. You had a Woodman Sports and Convention Center that was in the mix. You had a lot of projects out there that were trying to tap into the philanthropic community that we have.
Yeah.
Tell us about the challenges.
For us, it wasn't an option to not do it. Our campaign, our late campaign chair, Bill Kennedy, really spoke a lot to that too. That when people would ask, kind of, why are you guys doing this now? Like we can't wait. When we're turning away over 100 kids every single year, that's affecting those parents' ability to work, and we know employers are talking about how they're having a hard time maintaining workers,
Yeah.
finding workers, maintaining workers. I've pulled a report out of the last 12 months. Our parents worked at over 150 different employers here in Rock County. So waiting just really wasn't an option for us. And I think that the fact that we've raised that $10.2 million to date in just under 2 years speaks volumes to the support in the community, and recognizing that we're meeting a need for Janesville.
I know it was probably not a complete surprise that you were dealing with a site on the south side that had some level of contamination. The degree to which it was contaminated and the potential cost of remediating it may have been somewhat of a mystery. How did that affect your fundraising?
It's just more dollars that we are raising. So The total remediation is close to $1 million to get the site the
Cleaned
soil
so that you can-
cleaned and yeah, buildable. So that's what our general contractor and subcontractors have been working on, and that's all done now. And they're getting ready to put the electrical in, and then up next will be the foundation. So, it just made our fundraising goal larger. And, we do see some of that fundraising fatigue in the community, but we're still confident that we'll hit our goal.
Well, in the middle of your campaign, we had the tragic loss of your campaign chair, Bill Kennedy, who was a fixture in the community service
Yeah.
side of our community for so many years, and such a champion of the Boys and Girls Club. You had to make that adjustment, and yet you persevered, and it's exciting to see you moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, it obviously was just devastating for all of us, and of course his family, but everybody knew. I mean, Bill didn't hide how important this was to him. And it's now we're all kind of like, well, now we're going to do it for Bill, right? This has to still happen to make sure that we get all to the finish line for Bill.
Well, let's get into some specifics about the new building. The location is on South Jackson Street, just across the river bridge, correct?
Correct.
Landmarks in the neighborhood that you would want to see if you're not familiar with the area. What
Wilson Elementary School,
is
Monterey
across
Stadium.
the river?
is across
Monterey
the
Stadium
river.
is there. That general neighborhood. So you're going to be serving. Your traditional location downtown was next to transportation routes. There was bus routes there, and that was a kind of a central location for you. Will this have the same attributes in terms of access for young
Yep,
people and their parents?
Yeah, that was one of the requirements when we were looking for a new location was the accessibility. And so this is still on a bus route and accessible. It's within walking distance of a lot of the kids that we serve within, it's close by to Wilson Elementary School that we serve. So accessibility should hopefully not become a barrier for anybody.
In terms of timing going forward, you expect to have the facility ready for occupancy in...
Hopefully around September of 26.
So another year, basically another year.
Yeah.
And how large again? Just
Yeah, so it's 35,500 square feet.
Okay.
Our current space is only 12,000 square feet, so it's significantly larger. It's going to have dedicated classroom spaces, whereas now we just have one big open space that we have 60 elementary age kids in.
You know they're there.
Yes, you do.
You definitely know they're
and
there.
it seems like there's way more than 60. So in the new facility, we'll have dedicated classroom spaces so that we can better separate out the age groups for more intentional programming. And it's just better overall for the kids to not be in such an overstimulating environment. And then it's also going to have a separated teen wing where our teens will just really truly have their own space to focus on workforce development.
Okay.
We'll have a demonstration kitchen, commercial kitchen to serve that dinner before kids go home, playground,
Just
so many new things.
all of those things that you really need to make it a complete facility, a complete center.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Boys and Girls Club of Janesville.
Yeah,
These
thank
are
you.
these are exciting times. A lot of work ahead. If you're targeting opening in about 15 months, that means a lot of programming things, a lot of staffing things, a lot of prep. But the excitement and anticipation is showing. So, Rebecca Veium, all the best going forward.
Thank you.
My guest on Newsmakers, Rebecca Veium. She's the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Janesville. Stay tuned. We feature a newsmaker each and every week, trying to bring you up to date on what's happening in your community. This is a product of the Rock County Civics Academy. Have a great day.